Welcome to the Free Your Mind and the Rest Will Follow podcast, where we discuss all things freeing your mind mentally, spiritually, financially. Well, I said that wrong. Mentally, spiritually, physically, and financially. In that order.
Yeah.
In that order.
In that order.
All right. You got it right that time. What's up, y'all? What's
up?
We got some guests in the house.
Hey,
literally in the house.
In the house.
This is our first time with guests in the house
We're
on the
all in
podcast.
here.
Yeah.
You heard it.
Yeah, the last version of this show was during the pandemic, so we couldn't have any in-person guests.
Not in my house.
Couldn't have no in-person guests, so now we doing something different, and we got the room now. We really had a room for that,
And we've been in here on the couch with our feet up,
Facts.
chilling.
Straight chilling.
Those things didn't happen, but but they can happen. They can happen. But who we got with us today?
Who we got with us today? That's what I need to be asking you.
Oh, well, we
You're
got
doing the introductions.
we got my homies. We got two that way, because I think it's gonna show up different on camera. But we got
No, it's not. I mean,
It
either
is.
way, you're pointing.
okay.
I'll be over
She'll
here.
be there.
Well, we got Bree,
Hey.
Miss Bree.
What's up, Bree?
What's up? What's up?
What's
It's
up?
Miss Bree.
I'll see
Thanks
that
for
you go.
having
What's
me.
up?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Ladies.
Oh, it's
We
gonna
lit
be
over
this
here.
kind of show.
It's
All
lit.
right.
It's gonna be one of those.
All right, and we got Art,
Yes.
the homie Art.
What was it? We out here. Artistic Virtuoso.
Say, what was it?
If you don't know,
I'm
so
digging it.
we out here.
Wait, say that again.
Artistic Virtuoso, if you ain't know so.
All right. So I'm gonna formally introduce them to the podcast For Your Mind and the Rest Will Follow. We have Artistic Virtuoso and Miss Bree. They are the co-owners of OffTheWall Media and Entertainment, which includes a performing arts academy, broadcast company, events company, and talent agency. They are on a mission to eradicate the concept of the starving artist by connecting extraordinary talent with impactful companies and creating high-quality media and marketing campaigns, improving brand awareness, and entertain a global audience.
And that's the word.
And that's the word. There's more.
Oh,
Mm.
okay. What's the other word?
Okay. So Art here serves as marketing director and works directly with young talent in the realms of music and performing arts. He's a what's his? Oh, multi-hyphenate?
Yes.
Is that what you said?
Multi-hyphenate.
Okay.
Yes.
Multi-hyphenate, creative, and self-proclaimed art entrepreneur
Yes.
who
Dope.
loves to focus on ways creatives can turn their creations into cash money.
It's a fact.
Records
Dollar
taken over
bills,
for the
y'all.
99 and the 2000.
Yes.
He has a music marketing brand and label, Real Music Life, and a marketing company, Priceless Digital.
Yes. Real music is life. We out here.
All right. And for Miss Bree, she is the owner and founder of OffTheWall Media and Entertainment, which started humbly as a youth theater company and has blossomed into an all-encompassing media and entertainment agency. Her passion for the arts as lifelong performer gave her the vision to establish the framework to serve others. They both enjoy performing and listening to music, eating great food. That's what's up.
Yes.
And laughing
People after my own
hysterically.
heart.
Yes.
They love to laugh hysterically.
Oh, we got to have a laughing
Oh.
contest then.
And they both are also avid skaters.
Facts.
And they love
I'm
connecting.
trying.
They love connecting with others
heard.
by doing pop-ups at different spots around the city of Houston and wherever they travel. They express their purpose by spreading love and compassion for others through the communities they build, represent, and influence. Everybody make some noise. We're not in a live audience, but
We're gonna make our
matter
own
of fact, give
noise.
us a thumbs up in the stuff. Like the video
Yes.
and
Like,
subscribe for Art and
Yeah.
listen, comment if you have
down below.
anything in common with us.
Anything.
Comment below. Like,
Yes.
comment what you have in common with us.
Bree.
Comment
down
what you
below.
have
I got something in
comment.
common with y'all, kind of, but not really.
The food.
I'm that.
Oh,
That well,
okay.
that's
I
for
mean,
sure right there.
You got to
talk
be
about
The
alive.
skating, well, I'm probably not like y'all are, but I'm trying to learn how to skate.
I
so
bought her a pair of skates.
bought me a pair of skates for my birthday. So
What
I said,
was it?
huh?
Yes.
I want to see them.
He keeps saying, what was it? I'm like, what was
It doesn't mean anything. It's just an expression.
No, I like it, but it catch me off guard. I'm like, what was what? I'm
No,
sorry.
basically,
I'm
yeah.
thinking I missed something.
Yeah, he says, what was it? I
Say
say
it again.
that was, and that's a word.
And that's
Yes.
a word.
That's a fact.
All right. So, yeah, skating. We got that in common.
So we'll have to see these skates because I've heard about them a couple
I'm
good
sure till you're
times.
done.
Because your husband has outed you, and he was like, "Oh, she
Yep.
has skates," but
Put you all the way outside.
yeah,
What did you say about me?
That you got skates.
Oh, okay. That's, yeah.
he also
ain't
said that you
lying.
haven't skated on them.
I
much.
skated on them twice so
Okay.
far. And yeah. So, well, really, it's just me trying to find a place to skate.
Mhm.
You know, that's a nice level ground.
Yeah.
Right.
We spend most of our time doing that, like
Yeah.
scoping spots
Yeah.
to skate.
Y'all have to show me some, man, because I desperately need to learn. Like,
Oh
I
my
need to-
God.
This is us driving around. Like most people are looking at like places to do stuff, and we're like, "That is some nice concrete right
Yes.
there."
Okay.
There's
like that
no
concrete.
gravel, no
Look,
cracks.
parking garages.
That's what I
Yes.
was thinking. Yeah.
Those
Tennis
new
courts.
neighborhoods, tennis
Mhm.
courts,
Yes.
new neighborhoods.
That I
basketball
actually
courts.
was that was the couple of times I did get on the skates. I was on the but it was an old tennis court, so it was like all
It was all
cracked
cracked
and
up.
bumpy
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
stuff.
You want a
So,
new
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Crack is whack.
Newly-
Crack
yeah.
is whack.
Tennis
Yeah.
court is it's in the trenches. Like it's not geographically in the trenches. It's like mentally in the trenches.
It's had better days.
It's abandoned almost.
Mm.
Yeah, ain't nobody playing tennis on it basically.
Ah.
Yikes.
Yeah. So yeah, welcome y'all.
Thank you.
Welcome,
We're
welcome,
happy to be
welcome.
Good to
here.
be
Thank
here.
you for having us.
Thank y'all. This
Yes.
is exciting. We got our first in the house.
Yeah.
guest,
We in the
that's
house.
what's
Yeah,
up.
and they the homies, y'all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
These are our homies.
Yeah. So we're gonna be looking forward to doing a lot more with
Oh,
you
yes.
guys and everything. So what you got for us? Oh, we gotta do some housekeeping first, real quick.
Housekeeping.
Yeah. Or did we do that? We did.
We
already.
kind of did
Kind of.
in an unofficial way. Did I tell the people that the show is sponsored by Symmetry
You didn't do
Financial
that
Group
yet.
You
and
did not.
Communiverse Insurance Group?
You ain't do that.
And you better get some life insurance if you watching this because you have people that you care about. What happens if you ain't here no more? So
Life insurance is the move.
Life
That's
insurance
my
is the
saying.
move.
Life insurance is the move.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have like insurance on your watches and your car, and
Phones.
your devices and equipment and
Mm.
everything. What about your life? That's more precious. That's very precious. You don't want to put that on your people when you leave.
You
Earth
don't
Earth.
want your people standing out here on Barker Cypress with a sign. They're trying to sell
Ooh.
barbecue or something like
And a
that,
bucket.
and trying to get donations. You don't want them to have to go through
Not
that.
a good look.
It's not. So
shout out to Miss Bree for starting that commercial right there because I was
I
going to
did.
shoot separate commercial content, but we just going to reuse what she just said. And it's going to
It's a
be in a
fight.
different part of this same video.
Yes, you have the rights. Take them.
Yep.
Yeah.
all right. So we got that out the way.
Yeah.
We told y'all to like, comment, subscribe,
Subscribe.
share, hit that notification bell, do all those things, please, because sharing is caring. And we want y'all to, if you're enjoying the content, we want you to be able to check us out whenever. So
Get notified.
get notified.
Yes, boost their algorithm.
Right.
Do that. We need
Get
it.
in the know. Put other people in the know.
That's
You
right.
know what I'm saying?
That's right. And one more thing, if you are interested in being a guest on the show, you can also hit us up. We'll put in the description where you can reach us. If you have a product or you have an event or a service or anything like that that you want to come and talk about, or if you just got a topic that you are wanting to talk about or wanting to hear us talk about, let us know.
Even if you want us to be on your show.
If you want us to be on your show, hit us up and
Yeah.
we will leave that information in the description. Let's get it on. Let's start with this interview.
All right. So y'all I spoke on it briefly with the bio here, but tell me about it. What type of entertainment does your company and brand produce?
It's a great question. That's a great
It's
question.
a round
And it's
robin,
not-
so whoever wants to grab it.
Whoever want
It's honestly like one of those like, what don't we do?
Right. That's the real question. Is like, what haven't we done or have we not?
So
But-
officially, radio, film, we We haven't shot our own film. We haven't produced our own films yet, but we have partnered with filmmakers and different companies that have. So we've connected
film
talents
producers,
with those
directors,
films. We've also hosted what are the red carpet events for different films.
Lots of those.
Yes, and things like that. Roku TV, help me out.
Yes, all of the
Stage. We do stage
platforms.
productions. We started
Correct.
off with stage productions.
Okay.
Yes. So just kind of that's where it started, right? We come from the terrestrial entertainment background in our own right? But thanks to digital media and digital platforms like YouTube and whatnot, that make it easy to distribute stuff out. That's what we've been doing. As a matter of fact, when going back to our first getting connected or reconnected, because we're actually high school mates. We went to school together and participated in the performing arts at that level. But 2 years ago, or actually 3 years ago now, right? It's about to be 3 years.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, time flies.
Yes. So back in the top of 21, I believe, we got reconnected, and there were OffTheWall was launching the first season of OffTheWall Nights Live. Which is our own TV kind of talk show, and I came in as one of the producers.
Our techie.
Yes, so I had a lot of experience in front of the camera and on screen and on stage or what have you. But I spent all of 2019 and 2020 learning the tech, doing live streams and stuff from my home studio, and got connected, and they were like, "Oh, we're doing this, and we need someone." And I was like,
I happen to just have learned all of that in the last 2 years.
Right. I just got an associate's from YouTube U, and so
shout out to YouTube University.
Right.
So
that's my alma mater.
We are all alumni of YouTube University.
That's a fact.
And I'm a student of their graduate program right now.
Oh yes. Depending on the topic, I might have a PhD. I might have, a high school diploma. But we got some stuff from there.
Yeah, got a GED and a few things.
Facts.
And the dope thing about YouTube University is that you never have to take out a student loan.
Ever.
No.
Now
Free
you preaching.
education.
Yes.
You preaching now.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
and
fact.
that's a word.
Yes.
And that's a word.
All right. So you kind of answered the second question, which was how your company got started. Somebody asked you another question. I'm a jump. I know you got this question coming.
Actually,
up.
if we can pause really quick,
that's
actually not how we started.
Right.
We started
Well,
back in 2017.
Okay. Well, let's start over then.
Yes.
And how did your company get started?
I'm glad you asked, Coco. Thank you.
No worries.
So, if you want to be technical, started back in birth, because we came out of the VJJ performing just
That's a
extra
fact.
people.
Pampers and boots.
Yes. Pampers and boots. That's his story. We can get to that at another time. It's one of those embarrassing stories.
I'm already super loving this episode, by the way.
Pampers and boots.
Right, Pampers and boots.
Yes,
It's
that
one of
was a
those,
thing.
when you meet somebody's mom, they have to they're burning to tell you all their embarrassing stories. So that's one of the stories.
That was not embarrassing, by the way.
Oh, okay.
I would do it today, minus the pamper.
I
I
don't
would
know
wear
about that.
actual like something as a man. I was a child, so
something as a man.
yeah,
Boxers and boots.
you know what? It's swimming season, so I have my swim trunks and my boots
I
on.
don't know what this is turning into, but
It's a Texan
I'm
thing.
ready to go with it. I'm hearing it out.
Yes.
Let's hear it.
Swim trunks and boots, hoochie daddy shorts,
Hoochie daddy.
Hoochie daddy shorts
and boots.
Oh wow.
I would perform in that if I had to.
And we digress.
Okay.
So back in 2017, I was wandering around like a lost soul after being in the medical field for 11 years. I was just a creative lost soul, yearning to be a part of something bigger, get back into my creative world and all that. And was looking around. I was in Waller County at the time, back in my birthplace, for the first time since I was little. And I could not find a local theater to be a part of. I wanted my kids to get that experience that I experienced growing up. And there wasn't one. And one day God whispered into my ear, you're going to start one, and that. That really wasn't I'm not trying to start something like that. I don't know where to begin. I don't have anything. I was just freshly starting to go through a divorce. 3 kiddos. One of them was like under 1. So that was not the, I'm like, this is not the time, God. Like, what was it? But he placed everything in line, and it was literally like I walked in my first day and I had 30 students. Didn't have to pay for the building that I was in. I was at a community center. Shout out to Hockley Community Center, who gave me my start, who actually helped launch OffTheWall Media and Entertainment back when it was Off the Waller Theater. Okay. And so I shout out to all of my first students and first parents and things like that. But back then it was just like he said, a little youth theater in the country. I started getting opportunities to jump to Houston for different things. Chauncey Glover with ABC 13 brought me on as his stage manager and acting coach for one of his big charity events. And things just kind of took off from there. I started seeing a need, and we started meeting those needs. And, the rest is history. It's kind of blow-up-shulated. We're still in the trenches. We're still in those first, 5 to 10 years. Actually, we're in year 6 now. Okay. But the pandemic, we actually moved to Houston. Our business launched in Houston in 2020, March 2020. And as everyone knows, 3 weeks later, the whole entire country shut down. So that definitely played a part in where we are today. We've learned to navigate through it. We're still going. We're still putting one foot in front of the other. We're still growing. We're still meeting dope people everywhere. We're still changing lives. We're still training people. We're still having fun. So, the rest is history, and we continue to live it.
That's an amazing story. Really is. What would you say? Oh, I'm sorry. Am I skipping over you? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not bad.
It's okay.
All right. Go ahead.
What would you say? What do y'all enjoy the most about being creative?
Wow.
I'm gonna let him go first.
Honestly, that's creativity means freedom to me. I as we kind of joked about, my family will tell you I came out of the womb a creative, singing, dancing, telling jokes, the whole 9. And so when I got to a certain age to realize, I knew early on that's what I wanted to do with my life, but like later on down the line to realize that it's an actual possibility, or a certainty even, to the point of, me going to school and studying it. But even more so because, learning when you go to study something in college, not everybody, but most people have this, especially in recent history, have that experience of you go to school and you pick something that you're going to study, but in order to find a job in that particular field of study, to come to find out that either A, there's no jobs available, or B, it's not really crocked up to what you thought it was going to be. Right. And so I kind of had that realization myself where if I didn't make it to my ultimate goal of going to Broadway or you being in New York and going to Juilliard, then I'm just going to end up teaching. And that's not so much a bad thing, but that's not my goal. Right. And so that's kind of what led me down the path of finding other ways of sustaining oneself. Right. And that's what led me down the path of marketing and advertising and finding the creative in that aspect. But to go back to answer the question directly, like for me, like I said, it really truly is freeing for me to be creative, because anything else I would feel stifled, I would feel suffocated, I would feel less than myself. I feel like I was being forced to try and be somebody that I'm not, and we all are creative beings,
Right.
That's the way that God designed us.
Right.
Everybody expresses it in different ways, right? And so for me, like I said, it's really everything for me. So I over-index when it comes to the creative side. And I'm happy to be in a time to be alive when you can actually do those things, but then also that those things can be your vocation and your passion and your business.
Right.
So
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
And that's a word.
What about you, Bree?
So there's all the things that he said. And also I just find as a person that's not like an out there, like extroverted people person, I'm not the one who's going to go in and work the room and things like that. I feel creativity to me is empowering. It gives me a way to connect with people, to even heal people. That's one of the things that was unexpected to me when I started on the stage, was that I wasn't just doing this for fun. Like I was, but when I did these things that, brought joy and peace and happiness to myself, it also did that to other people. And so it's empowering to just be free, like he said. And I amaze myself all the time. I painted a couple times when I was in middle school and never really like went back to it. I've painted like furniture and different things like that, but not creatively painting things. And as an adult, I picked up paintbrushes and just went with it. And the things that came out of it were like mind blowing to me and a confidence booster, because I'm like, that actually looks like something. That's beautiful. That's awesome. Who knew that I could do that? So being creative is empowering. And then in turn, now that we're teaching kids and also adults and just working with other people, we're able to help them gain confidence in themselves as well through their art, and also help heal other people and communicate. There's children who are nonverbal, autistic kids, and, just different people who have different abilities and issues, just all kinds of things that we go through. And you can communicate through art, and it's a universal language. So that's some of my favorite parts about.
I like that.
Yeah.
You got a chance to meet my daughter, Brooklyn. She's an amazing artist.
Awesome.
We're going to show you some when we're done. Amazing.
And
I really want y'all to talk to her, because she's what you would call, like me, kind of antisocial.
Right. Being antisocial is so fun. I love it. Like, it's the coolest thing. I'm like, that's not me. I'm antisocial. But, we find our own ways to connect with people. And we're a lot more choosy about, it's not that we don't talk to people or we're not social. It's just we're more choosy with who we connect with. Yeah.
I know for me, I'm the type of person, I like to sit back and observe a lot before I jump in and dive in with people, just because, I don't know, I like to see what the energy is coming out of that. And then once I observe a little bit, I'm like, okay, I can get with that.
Right.
So that's, I know that's how it is with me. But yeah, she's amazing. And she amazing artist, and she just got to build some confidence in herself, because when you see these drawings and she doesn't think that she's that great, she's like, it's all right, like no, you are doing like top tier with top 1% of people as far as
I'm already
art,
impressed, because
and I'm not just saying that because I'm her mother. Like, this is just really her. She's amazing. So yeah, I agree with everything that you said. I wanted to go into talking about, well, first I wanted to ask Art, as a matter of fact, because the other day you and Zolani got a chance to DJ together. And that was really cool. That was really cool.
It was super fun.
And you said something that I remember. You said, I'm not a DJ, but I DJ. So break that down. Like, when did you start DJing? How did that come about? Why do you say you're not a DJ, but you DJ?
So, interestingly enough, I actually started DJing out of necessity back in 2018, because I actually started producing. I officially started producing probably around 2011. Okay. Right. Got my first piece of hardware, which nothing extravagant. It was literally an Android tablet, and I found an app that allowed me to be able to create beats on it. And that's where I started. It evolved. But like I said, after about 4 or 5 years of just making beats and not having a way to share them with people, I started doing some research on how people were using. I use a program called Ableton Live. And
which is like ancient Greek. I wouldn't say ancient, but like, it's like Greek. I don't get it. It's okay. It's one of out of all of the digital audio workstation or DAWs that artists use. It's the most unique in that
the layout, when you first open it up for the first time, it looks like an Excel spreadsheet. It has cells and columns, right? And so it doesn't look like everything else. Like, for example, what we're looking at right now that's recording our vocals, like that's what every other DAW looks like. Right. And it has a view like that, but that's not what the first thing you see. So it's super intimidating looking.
Very
right?
intimidating.
But once you start to get an understanding of what the things do, then it actually makes it not as intimidating as it would seem. Because most people, they don't even use that view that you first come into. But
I feel like it's probably like the difference in like using a MacBook and Windows. Like things are just in weird spots and they just look different.
Right. Okay. And you can do different things with it, you know, but for the most part, it does the same thing. The difference with Ableton, hence the name Ableton Live, it was created for live performance, right? Or have live performance in mind. So you can do a lot of improvisation, right? So do like creating loops on the fly and, you know, doing different things, even to the extravagant ends of incorporating your lights and having light shows and different things of that nature, all inside of the same program. So I wanted to figure out, how do I, you know, play these tracks that I've made in a creative way, as opposed to just, you know, pressing play on a track in my, you know, file folder or something like that. And so I started finding these people were doing really cool things with different types of controllers and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm hooked. So I spent the next 2 years in my closet playing or making beats and then creating different performances of them. Right. And so I was learning DJing as a way to share my music, but then also, like I was saying before about me learning the tech of streaming and audio and video routing and stuff like that, that was all happening simultaneously. So I had to learn DJing to perform, right? Because I was wanting, my goal, like I said, I'm a performer. So my goal was to take my beats and play them for people in public, right? But until I got there, I'm using streaming platforms and social media, right? But how do I play my music so that I'm not got my phone over there and I'm playing through the speaker and it's coming through? How do I get the sound to go in? So now I'm having to learn all of these things right? So all in all, it was just to facilitate a need, right? And I started learning the traditional methods of DJing literally in the last calendar year, right? Like with turntables and different things of that nature, which I've always been fascinated by. I just hadn't had my hands on one. I got one in college, a CDJ, and didn't understand what I had and got on a hard time and ended up pawning it, right? And I was sick afterwards because I finally realized what I had. I was like, man, if I would have still had that, I would probably been cold. It was a Pioneer joint. It was a single one. It was a single head, like with the one drive or what have you. But it had everything you needed all on this one joint. And I was like, yo, this is cool. I didn't even play with it one time. Not once. You know, I
think we all go through those.
Yeah,
things.
You know, you're just
we're like, this is beautiful and shiny. I would love to let it collect dust.
Right. And it was gifted to me. I didn't even have to buy it, you know.
He ain't even know what he had.
I had no idea.
So to explain what a CDJ is, which, you know, we're kind of on a super advanced level of it now, but let's say 20 years ago when I was a new DJ, this was how we transitioned from being only on turntables or maybe a CD player to where you just push the button and play the CD. We were able to use a CD player in a turntable function. So he had one of those, didn't even know what he was working with.
Didn't have an idea, and had a massive CD collection too.
All right. So now they do all kind of stuff. Like, you know, I don't even think we put CDs in them anymore.
Right. Yeah. Right. You're just using them for the heads, but it's just more in the, you know, the effects and stuff like that. But yeah. So I say that I'm not a DJ for that reason. Only like I don't practice turntablism, right?
You're saying you're not like everyone's like mental
when you
version
think
of
of
a
DJ.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
But he can still do everything a DJ can do, like as far as providing entertainment and music for your event, you know?
Mm-hmm.
He does it with production equipment.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Which
And
is
it's
dope.
pretty
There's
dope
more than
when you
one way to skin a cat.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you haven't been doing it that long. I couldn't tell.
Right. Because I can't do any of that. And I
Right.
traditionally DJ. I'm still learning. I would say I'm still in the beginner
Yes.
to advanced,
Mhm.
maybe intermediate-ish
Mhm.
stage. Because I could do a little bit of scratching. I can do a little bit of everything. But making music, I want to learn so bad. Like I have so much. The moment him and I reconnected and I saw that he could literally like take stems and do all the like build a song. I was like enthralled. Like I've always wanted to do that. I always thought like other people do that. That's not something that I would be able to do, but he's made it more, real. We've had a few lessons. I usually like end up with a fried brain, but
Yes.
we'll get there one day.
We're working on it.
It's just funny that you mentioned all that because I'm kind of like I'm like that, except for I would love to be able to actually just DJ.
Yeah.
But I'm a music person, so like I'm always telling him like mix this with that,
Yes.
or put this with that.
Yes.
And he's like, for real? Yeah. I'm like, do it. And he'll do it, whatever. But like I can come up with the ideas. I know
Right.
what goes together, all of
Right.
that
You
stuff.
know the sound.
Right. I'm just not the technical person when it comes to the the DJ. I don't think I'm what's the word I'm looking for? Coordinated enough. So, but other than that, yeah, like I can in my head, I know what's gonna mix well with this or
Right.
that or what.
That
I'm good at reading the crowd. I know like oh,
Yes.
you know what, they need to hear this. Or
Yes.
they need to hear
You
that.
know, when it comes down to it, that's most of DJing is
Correct.
knowing those things.
Right.
Correct.
Because
Yeah.
there's some DJs that know all the technical stuff and can do all the tricks and
Right.
as
Yeah.
far as
Scratching
that,
But they
backwards.
can't
and
read their
stuff.
audience.
but they don't know music.
Right. That.
Right.
You know? So,
Right.
or
Yeah.
they don't know how to stay on beat.
Correct.
'Cause it's-
Correct.
I mean, it's a full-on instrument
Yeah.
that
It
you work with.
really
is.
is. It
You have to
really
be able to
is.
wear a lot of hats and know a lot of different things, not just a couple things. So, like
Mhm.
as I think collectively, we are all like a
We
really
can put on a
super
good
dope
show.
DJ. Yes,
Like,
Yeah.
yes,
That'll be a
for
dope
sure.
show right there.
that would
For
be a
sure.
super dope show. Yes.
No, you know what? And I would encourage you, Coco, to actually take some time to learn it because I think just like Zolani was saying, is that you actually know the hard part. I actually tell Bree that same thing all the time when I'm talking about beat making and things of that nature or songwriting. Is like you actually understand the most difficult part of the process, right? And the good thing about now is your technical, like the technology that you have your hands on is so far advanced. If you learn a few things, it'll actually do most of the hard work for you.
That's true.
You
And
know?
we got the master DJ right here.
That's a
Yeah.
fact.
Oh, y'all
Chicka,
gonna
chicka,
have me up in
chicka,
here
chicka.
blushing.
DJ
on the
Zolani on the
internet.
ones and twos.
Yes, Sensei Zolani.
Wow.
Sophisticated
Sensei.
DJ.
Yes.
But yeah, what we did the other day, for those who's wondering, we just put our stuff together, and I do a little bit of a set, then Art would do a little bit of a set, and at some point we said, let's just
Do it together.
mash it together. So he would drop one of his songs, one of his creations of beats, and then I drop some different sounds and put them over it. It might be a acapella over his beat, or I might just say, let me grab this one piece of a drum from one song, and then I'll loop that and play it over his beat, creating brand new stuff on the fly.
Yeah.
That's
On the
what we
fly.
did. It was completely
It was dope.
unrehearsed.
Yeah, it was really
You know,
dope.
we never practiced anything
At all.
together. I was just like, okay.
See, my vision for that was like just that. They were like, well, how should we set this up? Should I go for an hour? You go for an hour. You do the first part and I do and I was like, listen, just like, I love that. That's one of those parts. I love when creatives get together because we just create like
Yeah.
accidentally on purpose,
Mhm.
just on the fly. It just happens.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
Love it.
And just it's a vulnerability thing, which I'm still getting over that because I spent so much time out of the creative world and in like a medicine. I was in medicine.
Yes.
It like there's not a lot of room for error, like it's like this is how it's done. And if you don't do that, the patient dies. All right, then. So not going to be
Basically.
creative with that, you know.
And they got to use that life insurance.
Don't be creative. Right. You cutting on me.
That's when we send them to Zolani. But yeah, so coming back into the creative world where you can just be and people aren't going to laugh, or, you know, if we laugh, it's all in good fun. We're like, I don't know what that was, but yeah, that's they were just vulnerable. They just start, and it was really dope. I heard it when it started happening. I was like, I like this.
I loved it. Yeah,
That was cute.
Yeah, definitely. Then it being coming from a musician background, like that's typically all that happens is you know, guitarist, pianist, drummer get in the room and it's like, okay, we're in this key, right? And they just start playing, you know.
That's literally what we did. Okay, what
Yep.
BPM you at? All right, cool.
That's dope.
And good thing me being a traditional DJ that I know how to beat match by ear, so
That's
I can
a fact.
say, okay, I can hear where he's at. Let me, you know, bring my tempo
Jog
up to
this
that
a
or
little
figure
bit.
it out. It takes me a second or two to do that,
Yep.
or just like, okay, yeah, we just
Nothing
doing
ever
it.
clashed.
Nothing ever
clashed.
Yeah, it
That's
was
what's
really
up.
DJs
good.
out
Nice.
there, learn to beat match by ear.
Without hitting the sync
Learn
button.
to figure out what key a song is in. Yes, DJs have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I was hitting the sync button though, but
Oh, yikes.
Hey, it's the
But I mean,
technology.
there's a
yes.
reason for it. You know, it's
Yeah.
not. Let me get out the misconception. The sync button does not do the mixing for you. All it does is lock in your tempo.
Yes, lock them together.
So,
Mhm.
and, you know, sometimes, you know, you are dealing with songs, you know, they may change in tempo a
That's
little
a
bit,
fact.
but you
The
want
human
to
feel.
lock, especially if you're using turntables, you know, that's a you know, mechanical piece of equipment.
Yes.
It might go off, you know, a slight little bit, but that sync button is going to keep it from
I do use
going
go,
off.
Go get technical on
C-
this.
Look,
Correct.
we've been doing
Hey,
that. Okay?
please,
So
school.
just blame it on me. Art was doing it.
School
And you
it.
ain't here say nothing. But
I want to pause to bring recognition to DJ Zolani's Edge Up. It is crisp, guys.
well,
We
thank
got it
you.
this morning.
Thank
Super
you.
crisp.
Let's go.
It is like 5 hours old.
It's crispy.
It's very,
Thank you.
very fresh. Very
I'm like, I
Camera
feel so
ready.
stood up right now because my edges are grown out. So
Wow.
not
Hey
that
man,
I
shout
get it.
out to that. You know what? I was gonna shout out the barber, but I forgot his name. That was my first time going to him, and I'm like, look, this dude
Hmm.
is like gonna be my dude.
Yes.
Like, I mean, it was an experience. I was like, how much is this about to cost? Like, I just came for a regular cut, dude.
Right. Come off of $70.
No, it wasn't that much. It
Good.
wasn't. It was about half of that.
Oh, that's
That's
good.
nice.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
he is over at the HD Tonsorium, or I think that's
Oh.
how you pronounce it.
Oh.
What's
But-
it called?
HD Tonsorium.
Okay.
Ooh.
So
I feel like you butchered that.
I probably did.
He good
But-
for that. That's why I was like, okay, we're gonna look that up later, and
Yeah.
we'll put it in the description.
Yeah.
So if y'all want to go to, why are you looking at me like
You
that?
talking about, hey, I probably got it right.
Right.
He
Let him
probably
cook.
did.
He
probably did.
he might have got it right. We'll see.
Yes.
If so,
I
you
just
know,
be going there. That's what I
our
know.
bad. If so,
Right, correct.
But you know,
Apologies. Where apologies
See,
are due.
y'all not just fixing to drab my man's like this. All right.
Well, see, here's the thing.
He went and got the edge up from the tonsorium. Okay. All right.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna leave it alone. I mean, she complimented
Hold
that. She
on.
brought it up and complimented it.
Look,
Yeah.
we
you
doing
about
our
to pull it
Googles
up
right
now.
now.
Right.
The tonsorium.
And I just had to say that because the light keeps like
How you think you say
shining
that?
off of it. But
You probably got it right.
Yeah.
okay.
The only reason why I say it because I know you and I know that sometimes you can.
It was real
you can
smooth
put
how
your
you
name.
Right.
like got him to ring it back. Like,
Mhm.
what was it called again?
Right.
But I got the
I think it was
barber,
because he seemed a little self-conscious about it when he said
he
it.
questioned it himself. So
No,
Yeah.
I got the barber's name. He is Gene the Groom King.
Oh, I love that.
Well,
Okay.
shout
I
out to
probably
Gene
booked
the
him
Groom.
just based off the name. I was like, oh man, he looked
Yeah, that's
like he knows
marketing
what he's
and you
doing.
can't
101.
call yourself that if you don't know
Correct.
what you're doing.
I
Don't
mean,
do it.
dude he put the freaking hot
hot
towels
towel?
on my face
Yeah,
or whatever.
boy.
I was like, what is going on here? I can't see
The
nothing.
key
It's like a
It's
hug for the face.
It's a hug for the face.
A hug
It's a
for the
fact.
face.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah. So,
All right, well, go see him.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put his
And who
information
does your
in
hair,
there.
Coco? Because you're
Groom
always
I do my hair.
okay.
Whatever you see me do is probably me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
see. I just be looking like all kinds of ways out here. Y'all help somebody help me, please.
Somebody-
Wait, no.
Somebody put her
First of all,
outside
'cause
for
I already
lying.
told you.
You know,
I was like, when I saw your hair on Facebook, I was
Yes.
like, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
I told him, ain't that what I said?
yeah.
I was like,
Mermaid.
that's what I'm talking
here.
about.
I've been wanting to do a photo shoot with Bree being.
Let
the
me get my
subject
edges back right.
for like 2 years.
Okay. Let me get my
I ain't
edges
tell
back
her
right.
until like last week, but you
Yeah,
know,
edges.
Yes.
Who cares?
but yeah, color
Yes.
full.
You just hijacked. I was in the middle of the compliment and you hijacked it.
Oh. Let me get my compliments, Zolani. You got yours.
Right.
I mean, I feel like they were both
We were
complimenting
dual
you.
complimenting.
Like you were being aggressively complimented.
Yeah,
You were being
Who was that?
But-
Me?
but
Yes.
if you wanna,
Oh,
but
Yes.
if you wanna own that compliment, like
Oh.
take, like
Thank you, Coco.
Cook it.
Thank
Cook it.
you.
Do it some more.
I
it's,
think
it's cooked enough
till
because
it's
it's gonna get
well done.
awkward, and I don't like all that attention. So thank you.
We're gonna give you the attention, but yeah,
Thank
it was. I was like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Have fun.
Yes.
Experiment.
Oh, yes.
and all that stuff. But yeah,
You know what, my head like it's crazy because this was created 2021.
I told her to get braids. She would look nice.
And I hadn't had braids since I was like in middle school. Like I just didn't,
Now, mind y'all, when I said braids, I was thinking just same style,
natural
but
hair
just
colored
natural hair
braids.
colors. Like maybe you would do a
Mhm.
brown or a jet black. I definitely didn't expect her to do
said
that.
he didn't know what he started.
I left
She
the
came
house
back,
and came back.
looking like a pack of Skittles. And I was
What's up,
like,
though?
hey, yo, what was
Listen,
it?
So I was like, this is dope. I immediately looked in the mirror and I was like, oh my God. Because it's not only like, it's not just like, the whole braid is not one color. Every braid is different. Like they're just mixed in there. I like let my artist know, my hair artist. I'm just like, do whatever you want to it. Just mix and like have fun with it. This last one was Tanya, my homegirl Tanya, T from the 3. Thank you for this.
Shout out to T from the 3.
Shout
T
out. The
from
first
the
few hours of
3.
this, she didn't know what she was getting herself into.
Mhm.
First few hours, we were like, yeah, we ate some 7 spice crab legs. We're all good. And then like 15 hours later, we're like, all right, see, we love each other, but this is a lot. So we bonded. It was a bonding experience. It's all the way down to like my thighs. So it's long. So it took a while. But like the coolest thing about it is, first of all, when I look in the mirror, it makes me happy. When I see the little like colors and stuff, it just like brightens up my day. But everywhere I go, people are like, oh my gosh, it's so cool. Like kids smile at me. Like people just automatically
what's up.
smile at me. So I feel like I'm making like a positive aura everywhere I go, other than just me. And it's a conversation piece because I have a hard time with that, like breaking the ice to talk to someone
Mhm.
first. It's just like a little,
I know what you mean.
and so the hair usually like breaks the ice for me. So then I can,
That's what's up.
swoop in and talk.
That's what's up. We having hair talk today, y'all. I wasn't even prepared to have hair talk, but yeah,
We did
hair
have
is
a previous hair episode. So
kind of. It was kind of a hair
it was
episode.
kind of
We
a
talked
hair
about me
episode.
cutting off my locks and combing
You
them out,
did.
and
You did what now?
yeah, my locks was almost they were down at the
Lower back?
Yeah, lower back. They were almost butt length, almost.
Wow.
But I had made the decision after 7 years. I was like, it's time.
That's wild. I did the exact same thing.
Did you?
7 years.
How did you? How did you come? I'm gonna tell a little bit of my story, but I want to
Please.
ask you also, like, what made you come to that conclusion that it was time?
So, ironically, I knew when I got them that I was going to go for 7.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know why.
Hmm.
I didn't know what it was. I do know that is my life path number.
Okay.
And so like that's always significant for me. But turns out I went just beyond that 7th year. I was like approaching 8.
Mhm.
And I was married at the time, and I started to get the sense that it was coming to an end.
Mhm.
And it came to me in a dream.
Mhm.
And so not long after that is when I got the word that it was actually happening. And so I was an emotional wreck,
Mhm.
and I just needed a change. It was like middle of the night, one night, I'm literally in tears in the mirror, cutting it off. And I took that as a moment to start over,
I like it. it's when you know it's time, it's just time. You know, and that's what I had to explain to a couple of people, you know, that was trying to like, well, why you want to do that? It's like, it's, you know, when you just feel
When
it,
you know,
it's time.
you know.
I didn't even, let's say like a couple of weeks prior to when I did it, I didn't even have any idea that I was going to do it. It was, I don't know. I just kind of been all over the place this year in terms of my hair. Cause at first I was like, okay, cause my hair was, I've been going like gray since I was in my 20s. And I always dyed my hair. So then at the beginning of this year, I was like, okay, well, I don't think I want to dye my hair anymore. I thought I was going to be going on a gray journey. And I was like, I'm just want to, you know, let it go gray. Yeah. Then I started thinking about, okay, well, I don't, you know, if I go gray, I wanted to be able to blend in the color, you know, with my locks and everything the way I wanted to. And I just felt like I wouldn't have no control over it. So then I just started thinking like, what if I had my loose natural hair back? Then what? And I don't know, those thoughts just started going through my head. And then I just really, for some reason after that, I started feeling like the locks were no longer a part of me. Like, and I had never felt like that before. I always thought I was going to have them forever, but I don't know. And then I was starting to get like build up and stuff in them anyway.
Oh my gosh,
and so I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to do another detox on my hair. And if the build up doesn't go away, then I'll know that's probably a good sign. And I started watching all these YouTubes, people combing out their locks and things like that. And they started saying things in the video. They was like, if you're watching this video, it's probably coming across your mind to do it. And maybe this is a sign to do it. The guy literally said, maybe this is a sign to do it. And I was like, you know what? That's the universe talking to me right there. So I don't know. At that point, I was like, I'm going to do it. You know, and I thought about it for maybe a couple of days. I was like, no, I really need to do this. And so I was like, okay, I don't want to cut all my hair off because I want to be able to style my hair. Right. So I don't want to go, because I started off with a bald fade when I first went natural. So I was like, I don't know if I want to go back that route again. I want to have I just want to have fun. I want to do all kind of different things with my hair. Like every day I want a different style, you know, and like I used to do. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm just going to comb them out. I know it's going to take a long time.
So you comb all of them out? Or
I cut them and then I comb them. So I cut off about 3/4 of my lock and then I comb the rest out. So it took a total of 10 days. It would have probably took it would have took 10 days. But the first couple of days, the first couple of locks that I did like the whole lock. And I was like, you know what? We're not doing that. We're going to cut some hair because it was taking forever. So yeah, it took 10 days. And I was done. And I was a loose natural once again. So now that's where I'm at. I want to have fun. I want all different kinds of styles, do different kinds of things. You might see different colors. I might have purple hair one day, green another day. I don't know, but we're going to do some stuff. And I'm my YouTube channel, I'm going to reformat it from just fitness. It's going to be fitness, and we're going to be doing some hair tutorials and lifestyle stuff like that. So yeah.
I'll have to come back for that. I have pink hair, but you can't tell right now because I went blonde for like a couple weeks, and I just like took all the pictures because I was like, you know, because I was about to go pink or actually purple, but I went pink for 2 days and then got braids. So I would love to like come in. We can have a hair party.
Let's do it. That's a good idea. Yeah. Thank you for that idea. We're gonna do that. We're doing it. All right, let's do it.
Cool.
There you go.
Excited.
Hair party.
Hair party. And that's what we're gonna call it too, the hair party.
Yes.
All right, cool. We done got all off topic. We talking about hair, and, but that's okay because it had to do with mindset.
I do want to know, like, how do you feel since your locks, like since you cut them out? Do you feel different?
Very much so. So that was, and I skipped over that part. Energy. That was the main reason. I was like, you know what? We've been through so much in the 7 years.
Yeah.
That I had these locks, like a lot, like. One day y'all gonna have to sit down and listen to. I don't know if he told you. We have a story to tell.
There are stories.
Story to tell. We had a whole nother life back in St.
Wow, that's the after hours. After hours episode.
We gonna tell y'all about that after the show.
Yeah. It's
y'all about it. For everybody else, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. But
they sound like Bonnie and Clyde in these streets.
Hey, it was almost that, huh? Let's just say there was some feds involved.
Oh my goodness! Yes, sounds juicy.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Okay.
So trying to keep his image, y'all.
That's the private content. You got to subscribe for that.
Hey, you know what? One day that story is going to be told, though.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be in a book,
maybe on
or
our
movie
show.
or
You'll
something.
come back.
that can't even be a regular movie. That's like one of those mini series.
A docu-series.
It's our things that we've been through. Like if we would sit here and tell everybody, they'd be like, yeah, they lying. They just making it up. They just want some attention. Like, no, like this actually happened. But yeah, it's a lot. Yeah. It's kind of how we met, but yeah. So it's a whole nother story.
That's
but
crazy.
We gonna tell y'all too about it after this show. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have some drinks.
Yes.
Water.
Some
Synergy.
water. All right, yeah, we're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah,
But
you know what I'm saying.
But anyways, because we're getting off topic here, we want to jump back on to
All right.
Art and Bree. Oh yeah, before you do that though, I interrupted myself, didn't I?
Yes.
I did. I do that all the time. That's the ADHD,
That energy.
y'all.
Hey, we all have it.
So, because you asked me a question, so I didn't want to be rude. You asked how did I feel.
Mhm.
So the energy was a big thing, and been through a whole lot of stuff, and that's why I was like, okay, we gotta go ahead and just get rid of these locks. So
They were like holding energy.
were-
you felt like
they were holding
Yeah,
energy.
they've been
hair
there
holds
through all
energies.
that.
They've been through everything, and I love my locks. I would, I would if I was going to go back again and do it, I would do it exactly the same. That was, the journey that I loved. But yeah, it was just time. So once I got rid of them, yes, I feel a lot lighter now.
yeah,
I feel different and like physically lighter. Like
Yeah.
they weigh you
they're
down.
heavy.
They
Oh,
heavy,
yes,
weigh
they
you
are.
down. I don't have to worry about my hair in my way or I'm eating and my
Right.
food is getting in my hair. So yeah, it's just that time. So here we are. And I
Here we
did
go.
all of that because I
Here
wanted to
we
start
go.
my gray journey, which I ended up dyeing my hair again anyway. So
Anyways,
Yeah,
do what you
dream
want to do.
deterred.
We did a great photo shoot.
we did a great photo shoot because I was like, oh
Yes.
yeah, I'm gonna be like, yeah. But maybe one day I might do gray, later on when I'm feeling it. I just came to the conclusion like I'm not feeling it. And I might have locks again one day.
I was just gonna ask you, have
Right.
you intend
I
on going
may.
back?
Who knows? I've learned to never say never about anything
Yeah,
because
for sure.
first of all, I never thought I was going to have locks in the first place.
Right.
I had told myself I wasn't doing it. Then I did it. I never thought I was going to do the gray, which I did that for a little while. And I never thought I was going to cut the locks off once I had them. So I learned to say never. Whatever floats my boat in the moment, that's what I'm going to do from here on
Freedom.
out. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's right.
freedom.
Yeah, I definitely plan on going back.
Free your mind and the rest will
So you said you
follow.
plan on
Oh,
going back?
definitely,
Okay.
100%. Like I've already seen myself as an old sage.
Okay.
Yeah, like a
long
old,
gray locks.
Yeah,
That's
you
what's
know what I'm
up.
Salt
saying?
and
Like
pepper.
a full salt and pepper goatee.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? With the salt and pepper locks. Oh yeah, for
Okay.
sure. Looking prestigious.
That's
sure.
that's what's up.
Yes, that's the
Looking
vision
like
for
an
myself.
elder.
Right,
Yes.
right. Yeah, yes.
Yes.
Yes, the wise old sage. That's me. They're gonna be like Papa Price.
Wow.
Yes.
I like
He's
it.
gonna like sit up on a throne.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, walking with a walking stick or something like that.
yes. You
I
gotta have
see
a
it.
dope one.
Staff.
I see it.
Yeah.
I see
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
I got the vision. I can actually
That's
see
a fact.
that. Mm-hmm.
Pointing at people.
Right.
Right.
They're gonna be convinced I have superpowers. Like,
yes. Yes, he does.
Yes. He really does.
He makes beats
He makes
and not the
beats.
ones you eat.
Oh, I love that. That's dope.
That was actually the name of my very first production group like 20 years ago. It was
Really?
Ill Beats Productions
Yes.
because Beats was ill.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
sure. They were sick.
Ill.
Yeah.
And the beats got
See,
sicker.
my thing is I'm like the counter to Art here. Like I sometimes make beats, but I more often do DJ
And
stuff.
see, that's why we're the yin and yang for each
There you
other.
go.
Like,
It
Aw.
works perfectly.
but not on Ableton. I couldn't do it. I tried it.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, we gonna have one session and you'll be like, oh,
Oh,
what was it?
Might take 2 or 3.
Shout out
Tell
to Serato Studio.
Yes, Serato.
No, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Serato Studio is doing some crazy
And
things.
those Jazzy Jeff drum kits.
Mhm.
That's Jeff. That's your
Oh,
hero.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.